on 50% of the K-dramas that came out. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sings by Gift. Okay, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button before we get started. Okay, let's jump into it. If you blinked in 2025, you already missed out on 50% of the K-dramas that came out. So today, I will be catching you up on all the K-dramas. Well, some of the K-dramas that I watched in the year 2025 that you need to catch up on. And I have my list on my trusted iPad. Okay, let's dive into it. First on the list, we're coming in strong. Trigger was so good. I think like everybody on TikTok was literally talking about it. Like everyone was raving about how just handsome the villain was, and everybody at excuse me. Anyways, just think about like, because Korea has like strict gun law policies, right? Like only police are really allowed to carry guns. So think of a bunch of guns just available to people in Korea. Just think about how that would be. Basically use America as an example. So here's a clip from the movie.
사람은 모두 마음속에 트리거가 하나씩 다 있어요.
현재 대한민국에는 묻지마 폭행과 살인이 횡행하고
이제는 갈등이 돈이 되는 세상이라고.
정체불명의 택배가 전국 각지로 배송되고 있습니다.
진짜 총을 택배로 위장해서 배달했다고?
총을 묻어놓던데 진짜로 택배가 오더라고. 모든 사람이 총을 가지고 있으면 한국은 어떻게 될까? 궁금하지 않아?
Number 2, Love Untangled. I absolutely loved Love Untangled. It was sweet high school romance and I just could not get enough. The ending will not disappoint, I promise you. Is this that good? You just have to find out, but it was so good. The female lead was so delusional.
내 네 생명의 연인인데 내 좋아하니까 어쩌
야 미안 누나.
괜찮다.
I'm telling you, she has like Gen Z energy, and the movie was filmed with a timeline of something similar with 25-21. So if you've watched 25-21, you kind of have like a good idea of what I'm talking about. But basically like 1970s, 1990s type of situation to early 2000s, you know what I'm saying. Number 3 on my list is 9 Puzzles. 9 Puzzles was awesome. I watched it on Hulu. Super good. It follows like the storyline of this girl that she comes back from school and she sees that her uncle has been, on the floor of their house, and she basically like forgets everything that she just witnessed because she's in so much shock, but all the evidence is pointing to her, and the only evidence that the person leaves at the crime scene is a puzzle, and they expect her to like solve this crime, or just maybe it's a form of torment and them just taunting her. But it was a super good movie. It starred Kdrama and Son Soo-kyu. Listen, it was a good movie. If you don't watch anything else, let me tell you something. Watch 9 Puzzles and Trigger. Matter of fact, watch Love Untangled. It was so good. Okay, I'm starting to track off. But I am going to insert like clips of the movies, and that way you can just like see or gauge like what the movie is about. I think you're gonna like every one of them anyways. Number 4 on my list is Weak Hero 2. We already watched, Weak Hero 1 came out, but it wasn't on Netflix, but now season 1 and season 2 are on Netflix as soon as season 2 came out. Super good. Absolutely good. The villains on there were so good looking for some strange reason. It was kind of annoying because why are you such a good looking villain? Like, we're supposed to be rooting for the good guys. One thing that I wish I saw more was Suho. Suho wasn't present in the whole of season 2 at all until like the very last moment, which you're gonna see. But also, it doesn't take away from the fun of the whole movie. I think I really enjoyed it. Think of the movie as just like high school gang, bullying and all of that, navigating the whole bullying concept as a teenager and as a nerd. I think it was great. could it have been better? Yes, but I think it's definitely a good watch. Definitely an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. So definitely check it out. Let me move on to like some that did not actually like impress me, and I just wish that they would delete this from the internet as a whole. Number one, well, actually, I'm just going to say number 5, okay, since I don't want to deviate from the list. I'm going to say number 5, Genie, Make a Wish. I just wish they would delete that movie from the internet, like take it off Netflix, delete it from the director's computer, just delete the movie. It was so bad. 3.5 out of 10, okay. I'm not sure what they were trying to go for, but basically it's like a psycho or sociopath, which is the girl, like trying to make sure that the genie doesn't have a hold over her, and the genie is kind of like manipulative. It's like, I'm not really getting much. They're trying to make it like a comedic kind of movie, but the comedy is so forced. It was sad. It was sad to watch. I had to just drop it because it was disappointing. It was like a 3.5 out of 10 for me. If I need to pick it back up, let me know. Okay. Number 6, we have Queen Mantis. Listen, if I could give it a 0, I would, but for the sake of respect, let's just give it a 2.5 out of 10. It was the ripoff of Prodigal Son, and instead of the father being in jail, it's just the mother in jail, and then they're trying to solve crimes together. That's not very original. Moving on, but listen, let me tell you about Queen Mantis. So basically, if you've seen The Prodigal Son, which is also on Netflix, then you have an idea of what it is. But if you don't, basically the mother is like a serial offer, and she goes to jail, and her son gets raised by somebody else basically, and a couple of years later the son is in law enforcement, is a cop or is a detective, something along that line, and somebody is, you know, imitating or copying his mother's past crime, and now they want him to like get involved and solve the case and talk to his mother and use his mother as some kind of resource to help solve the case. If you've watched Prodigal Son, you're probably picking up on how the plot is very similar. Yes, it is. And you would have thought like, oh, maybe it was better because Prodigal Son itself, jeez, I can't even talk. Prodigal Son itself was already terrible, and this was worse. Anyways, if you want to give it a try, I did finish it. I finished it to the very last episode because I wanted to see like who the copycat was, and it was so annoying and humiliating and just a waste of time. But if you want to give it a try, do give it a try. Okay, let's go back up the list to something that makes sense. Okay, so now we're on number 7, and I'm coming in strong with Price of Confession. Listen, the plot was super good. Actually, let me just tell you the plot first. Okay, you, the subscriber, are being accused of a crime, and I come to you, since my gift comes to you, and I'm like, I don't care if you're guilty or if you're innocent. Put the blame on me. I am going to go to court and say that I actually committed the crime that they're blaming you for. But you just have to do me a favor. And you're like, what favor? Why would you want to take up my alleged crime upon yourself, even though you don't know if I'm guilty or not? And she's just like, I'm like, I can't tell you why.
왜 당신을 믿어야 되는데?
물론 공짜는 아니에요.
안효수 남편 죽인 이유가 뭐예요? 말해보라고!
내가 죽이지 못한 사람이 하나 있어요. 언니가 죽여줘요.
저는 모은 씨를 믿어도 되나요?
But you either take the deal or you leave it. So do you want it or not? Like, all you have to do is agree to do me a favor whenever I ask you, and it's just one thing. You can agree to that favor and we have a deal, and I'll take over like this false accusation, or you can just serve your time in jail. But basically the lady takes her up on the offer, and let me tell you, it goes downhill. You have to find it by yourself, okay? I have to put down my iPad to talk about this because it's a good movie, okay? 9.5 out of 10. I think there could have been more. I think there could have been more. But watch it and see. Watch it and find out. Okay. What number are we on? So we have next on the list Potato Lab. Let me ask you something. Listen, this movie had me so stressed because it could have been great. It could have been the, I don't know, it could have been the best of your time, but you just chose to be annoying. Not that it was bad. Like, I would rate it an 8.5 out of 10, but it just could have been better. Like, I don't have to explain. So, for instance, okay, you're saying that this person is her boss and she's his employee, kind of, because it's not the owner of the company. She's just like an employee below him, or he has the authority to fire her, basically. So this is the boss, this is the employee. You're both in love, okay? And then boom, you have to fire her for some reasons that I don't know, people on top told you to just fire her to like downsize the company, okay? And then you fire her, but instead of like her taking it personally, they're still in love. That makes no freaking sense. In what world? Like, the writer needs to be much more realistic. Was it a great movie? Yes, but it's just like, let's be realistic. But I guess like sometimes you just need to deviate away from reality, okay? So I'm gonna let it pass. I'm gonna let it slide. It's not that serious. Calm down. Moving on. The trauma code. If you've seen The Fiery Priest, you know, the local priest that just is constantly angry. Think of that priest as a doctor. Like, the trauma code is so freaking good. Listen, it's like a 105 over 10. Like, that's how good it is. It's so funny. It's so unnecessarily dramatic. Like, everything about that movie it's just freaking good. It's so freaking good. I just think everybody should watch it, and I'm gonna insert clips of like teasers, trailers from the movie for you to take a look at, but it was super funny. I thought it's something that everybody would enjoy. And the second to the last one is Beyond the Bar. I'm not gonna say like a lot about Beyond the Bar because it was awfully disappointing. I watched like a lot of law dramas like Juvenile Justice, Strangers 2, Strangers 1, Beyond Evil, Good Detective, you know, Doberman the Prosecutor or something along that line. Listen, I've seen a lot of law-based K-dramas, and most of them, and I'm telling you, 99% of them are generally good. And Beyond the Bar was reaching that point of, hey, this is actually a good story. This is actually a good story. Just, you know, just I'm like, I don't know what the writer was trying to gain by trying to force romance into that like political and tense situations. Like, you could have skipped the romance. I think we'll be okay without some romance, okay? But you know what, they wanted their romance, they forced it on us, and I don't know, they could have used that time to do something else. Okay, let's move on. And the very last one that I have for you is Dynamite Kiss. Listen, Dynamite Kiss, like, that movie and we have huge beef. Dynamite Kiss was so beautiful at the beginning, like the concept, the plot, it was just and then it got to that point where they were in love, like where they were in love, and then she wanted to go to the office to like look good for him, and then they put her in the most ridiculous outfit that could ever possibly happen. Like, in the world of corporate, let's be real, okay, we don't do that around here. Stop. But then I was like, you know what, it's a movie, we can't get over it, okay? Now we're going, and it's getting to like towards the end, and it's just getting ridiculous. Like, what is happening? But listen, I'll give it a solid 7.5 out of 10 just because of how much we all liked it at the start, but then towards the end it started to like give everybody a headache. That's why I removed like 2.5 points. But it was a really good movie. Basically, this girl goes on a trip, and she goes on a trip for her sister's wedding or something along that line. Or no, her sister gave her a gift to go on a trip, and she goes on that trip, but something happens, and somehow she ends up meeting this guy who she thinks is about to jump in the ocean and, you know, off himself. And she's like, no, you're not gonna go, like, I'm gonna save you, this and that. Anyways, it was a whole dilemma, and basically they fell in love while they were on this trip that she was on also. Listen, I'm starting to like ramble, but basically they fell in love on this trip while they were in Jeju, and all of a sudden she gets a call that her mother collapsed or something, and she had to rush out of Jeju after having a super great time with this man who she basically slept with. After having a good time with him, she basically ran away, and she's looking for a job to support her mother since her sister ran away with like everything that they had, put their house as collateral. And the plot was super good. Okay, it's like rich boy meets poor girl. He gives her a job because he thinks like she's a mom, this and that, but like she's qualified to do the job or something. Listen, that movie had me stressed out, but it was romantic. It was super good. I thought it was so funny. Like, oh, the plot was so good, and then it just started going downhill, and everybody started crashing out because we were stressed. But basically, that is the end of my list. Let me know which one you've seen, which one you plan to see, and which dramas you're looking forward to in the year 2026. I'm kind of excited for some dramas like The Art of Sarah, so I will keep an eye on that. So let me know which K-dramas you want to hear about. If you want me to go into more details about this K-drama, I absolutely can. And just let me know what type of videos you want to see, going forward. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Bye.